What's up, guys? Steve here doing a DVD update. This week I picked up 4 titles, 3 DVDs, 1 Blu-ray, and surprisingly I actually watched all of them, which I never do. So I'm going to get into it, and I'm going to show off the one I like the least. This one was given to me by a friend. It's a bootleg or a screener copy, I don't know, I never heard of it before, but that's Madison County. It's a typical backwoods slasher. College kids go on a vacation. They get lost in the woods or whatever the hell. They go camping. Somebody turns up missing, so of course they all separate and look for it while there's a serial killer on the loose. The only redeeming thing about this movie, I'd say, is the actor. Killer in this has a really cool pig's mask that he wears, but other than that, it's kind of corny. They never explain who the killer is or why he's killing, that I remember. They set it up for sequels, which I don't think they're going to get the green light for, but stranger things have happened. Scary Movie 4, Scary Movie 5. Yeah, it was worth the watch, I guess, if you can get it cheap or free. I don't know if it's released yet, I don't know if it's been out for a while, it doesn't have any information on here, but yeah, that's Madison County. The next 3 are movies that I've been actually waiting to pick up for a while now. The first one is Theater Bazaar. Now, this one I seen the trailer for months ago. Thought it looked cool. I didn't know it came out until I came back on YouTube and started watching the videos and seeing them on everybody's update. I was actually really surprised by this movie. For those of you that don't know, I know I'm late to the party, but it's an anthology of 7 films, all by different directors like Tom Savini. And I thought this was going to be off-the-wall, wacky splatterfest, but it actually really wasn't. There was, of course, a couple cheesier stories, but for the most part, they all took serious roles, in my opinion. And they were pretty much well done. Surprisingly, the one I was looking forward to the most is Wet Dreams. That was the one directed by Tom Savini. And surprisingly, that was the weakest of the group. Not to say that it was bad, it was just in my opinion, the other ones really outshined it. But definitely check this out if you haven't seen it yet, or if you look up the trailer if you haven't heard of it. Definitely worth watching. I bought this at Walmart for $10. I was actually surprised because I guess this has been out for a little while, and normally my Walmart will carry things I picked up Martyrs there, I picked up Zombie Strippers. I think I even seen Serbia film there before when it first came out, but after a week or so they pull all the copies from the shelves, of course. So I'm surprised this one was still out there. Next up is a movie that I've been really looking forward to. It's directed by Ti West, which I'm a huge fan of The House of the Devil. I know a lot of you guys are, so of course you know what I'm talking about, and that's Innkeepers. I've been waiting for this movie too. I was actually got a little worried about it because the lead actress, Sara Paxton, I seen her in, Shark Night, which I thought she did a terrible job in it. She just acted so stiff, it's just not a good movie for her. So I was actually really surprised that I enjoyed it so much. But the movie's good. I know there's mixed reviews. I know people are saying it's boring or it's slow. But so is The House of the Devil. With this movie too, it takes a while to get going, but once it does, which again, you're going to be watching an hour of the movie before anything happens really. But the chemistry between Sara Paxton's character and I believe Pat Healy is them. Let me just check real quick. Yeah, Pat Healy. The chemistry is perfect together. The humor came off natural. The relationship came off natural, which is most important. I'm not going to get too much into detail what it's about, other than it's about, it's a haunted ghost movie. These two are trying to work at a haunted hotel, and they're trying to find evidence before the hotel shuts down. It's the last weekend. Really good movie. Very creepy. I love the hotel. Actually, I found out that the hotel's not that far away from where I live in Connecticut, so I'm interested in doing a little bit of research. They mention it in the behind the scenes, so I'm going to look up the hotel, look up its own local lore, because it is known to be haunted supposedly, and definitely maybe this summer I want to take a little road trip and go check it out. Yeah, and it's been a while since I watched the movie where I finished it, as soon as I bought it I watched it, and then I just started it up again and watch the commentaries on it, which I can highly recommend. The commentary with Sara Paxton, Healy, and Ti West. It was funny. It was informative. I really did enjoy it. So I do like commentaries. I don't watch enough of them because a lot of them tend to be boring as hell. Like, I always challenge people to sit through fucking Braveheart and watch the commentary on that one. It's horrible. Meant to put you to sleep. I think it was by a historian. I forgot his name. But yeah, definitely check out The Innkeepers if you haven't gotten a chance. And if you have seen it and you don't like it, you know, I'd love to hear why. And lastly is a movie I went to the theaters to see, but I was excited to get the Blu-ray. It just came out yesterday. It was a love it or hate it type movie. It got decent reviews, but there was 3 main reasons why I wanted to pick it up. First off is the director is James Watkins. Some of you might have heard of him. I believe the only movie he's directed else is Eden Lake, which is a British movie. I really love that movie. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it. I know a couple of you have mentioned it, but the other part is I've been a huge fan of Harry Potter. I really do like the movies. I like the books. I'll admit I've read all the books, and I was actually in my 20s when I started reading them. But I really wanted to see if Daniel Radcliffe could pull off a different role. Because, you know, a lot of actors get stuck in a role when they're younger or been in a role for so long that they can't break out. And then the other one is, of course, that it's a Hammer film, which growing up I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of the more extreme horror. So I watched a lot of the old school, you know, Twilight Zones, you know, you can't forget Are You Afraid of the Dark, monster movies, you know, Universal monsters, you know, Wolfman, Frankenstein. But so any release by them is going to be good. So you all know what I'm talking about. It's The Woman in Black, which I know a lot of people hated because they thought it was slow. You know, I know somebody mentioned on here, shit, who was it? I think it was Horror Man that mentioned about the poorly done CGI. I happen to love sci-fi movies. I love those monster crocs versus mega piranha type shit. So compared to that, these graphics, the CGI-ness were fine. You know, I could see where people would have a problem with that, but I personally didn't notice it. It is a long movie. Not even that it's long, but it's slow. But this is the type of movie where you can watch it again and notice different things in the background, or, you know, different things about the story every time you watch it. The one thing I do love is the darkness of the movie. It's not lit up by a blue light or something like that. It's very dark. The one thing that I can say I really don't like about movies is cheap scares. Like, what was that movie? I think it was What Lies Beneath with Michelle Pfeiffer, which I thought was a good movie. It was just bogged down by all these stupid-ass cheap scares of an eyeball through the hole in the fence and just stupid crap. And this movie had a couple of them, and they just weren't needed, but I didn't mind them, I guess, too much because the rest of the movie was that good. And there was problems in the storyline, the longevity of the title of the movie, but I think I used the right term. Whatever. If I didn't, whatever. Correct me in the comment. But yeah, definitely check this out if you haven't gotten a chance. So yeah, just to recap, I picked up. Well, the ones I recommend for this update is The Woman in Black, The Innkeepers, Theater Bazaar, and lastly, the one I don't recommend checking out unless you find it for cheap is Madison County. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.